I'm thought number, what'd you call me?
Thought number 13.
Yes.
The white thought.
The white thought. I'm still hoping for my audition, my big audition for this show.
Hold out.
The lives of Broadway performers are busy. They only have a few short hours between their matinee and evening performances, and they're giving us an inside look, from grabbing a bite to unwinding, plus a backstage tour. Have you ever wanted to see what we do in the time sandwich between performances? Follow along and find out. This is Broadway Sandwich. Today we're at a show that has won all the major awards: the Tony, Pulitzer, Obie, Drama Desk, Outer Critics Circle. It's a show about a black queer writer writing a musical about a black queer writer writing a musical about a black queer writer. Hey, now I get the title, A Strange Loop.
Big black and queer as American Broadway.
Big black and queer as American Broadway.
The cast members in the show let us into the main character's mind and portray his thoughts. The show is funny, emotional, and non-traditional. The show's creator, Michael R. Jackson, wrote the book, music, and lyrics to this show, which has taken Broadway by storm. But it didn't happen overnight. The journey to Broadway for this show took 20 years. Our guest today is L. Morgan Lee, who just made history as the first openly trans person ever to be nominated for a Tony Award, and she did it for her Broadway debut. She plays multiple characters that embody the main character's inner thoughts. L. Morgan, how are you?
Hello.
Great to see you.
Good to see you.
So, how was your first show?
A lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot of amazing, I have to tell you. I love this show.
Thank you.
You are fabulous in it.
Thank you.
So what are we doing in the time sandwich between?
Well, we need to grab something to eat, so I figured we would stop by the deli next to our theater. I go every day, and it's really good.
Convenient.
I need to look for a couch. Some call it a sofa.
A little sofa shopping?
And-
Why not?
And then I'll come back to the theater and show you around a little bit.
Sounds like a nice little loop.
Oh, God. Yes.
Shall
Yes,
we?
I
It's
will.
just the beginning of the day. Come on, L.
God.
Morgan. Where did this all start? How did you get into the theater?
I mean, the first memory is certainly my teachers in nursery school dolled me up with like lipstick and like clothing, and I did Karma Chameleon by Boy George. And my mom was like, "What in the world did you? What did you do to my child?"
This is a dream come true for me. You're the first person of trans experience to be nominated for a Tony Award, right? So people are going to go to that right away because it's such an amazing milestone and it's really important, and there are barriers being broken.
Sure.
And young folks are seeing themselves represented in a different way.
My biggest mission is literally for like some kid like me to be able to like find me in the mix of things. The idea that some kid could see what you're doing and like it somehow help them to find themselves or help them to feel seen or help them to feel like they're not alone. Those are the things that like make all the stuff that we experience worth it.
Yeah. On your own path to self-discovery and self-affirmation, like when did that happen? Where along your journey did that start for you in a different way?
I certainly always had feelings that certain things did not align. I definitely have a memory of being like 6 years old and like being in my bedroom and like looking up at the sky in the middle of the night, crying and thinking like if I woke up and I was a girl, everything would be perfect. Everything would be better. I will say today, since then, waking up as a girl, it ain't all perfect or better or easy. But it's really important to me that trans people know that you don't ever have to be anything other than yourself. That's really important to me because I think that we keep seeing so many, all that we are shown on TV, all that we are shown in so many articles and in so many interviews is this obsession with before and afters and this sort of obsession with how far this human needed to go in order to feel affirmed. And I don't want us to feel like we have to go that far because there's nothing wrong with us. And I, if you needed to do these things to feel affirmed, amazing, beautiful, like do it. But you were great day one. And I think that it's really important that we see that day one was beautiful. This is what a trans person looks like.
We do live on this binary of right, wrong, yes, no, male, female, all of those things, and that's never the case. Life is complex and complicated and beautiful.
To me, transition was always learning to love and embrace the fullness of who you are.
Hey,
And if that is the thing, we are all transitioning constantly.
we should be.
Cis people,
if we're-
I hope
yeah,
we are.
Yeah.
I hope we are always learning to love and embrace the fullness of who we are a little bit more.
Yeah. Tony Awards, Tony nomination, and get a ton of attention. And you living your authentic self and being outspoken and telling your story has been really impactful for a lot of people. So what has that experience been like for you?
People have this way of saying words like trailblazer and ceiling breakers and all these kinds of things, but I'm literally like just Elle Morgan trying to put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Because for me, look, I don't have a couch, so
We're taking a stand. We're fixing
we're
that.
gonna fix that
Yes.
here.
Was it always a dream to get nominated for a Tony?
Yes, it was always the dream. I certainly did not. I can't say I didn't see it coming because I'm a person that's like, I believe that dreams can come true.
Yeah,
So
clearly.
I hoped that it would happen at some point. I did not foresee it so soon, though, in terms of like, this is my Broadway debut. I didn't think that was gonna happen like that. My life changed that quickly.
The one thing I could think was, if I don't get to go up there, whatever this moment is has to be, like if I don't win, for instance, this is the moment. And the one thing I had to say was, hi, Mom. Like, thanks, Mom. So that was it.
Yeah, and then my mom afterwards, like, people were calling her, being like, oh my God, she said, hi, Mom, did you see her? And she was like, you said hi, Mom, to me, and I started crying. That was the one thought I had, the one thing I had to say in that moment. So I'm glad I got to.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Well, here we are at CB2. Maybe they have a Tony nominee discount. That would be nice. Yeah.
This caught my eye right away.
Yeah, this is pretty fabulous.
It's not a couch, but it's something that one might want to get.
It's a very polar bear wig hammock.
Wig hammock. This
Wig
does look like
hammock.
hair, actually.
You know what I mean? So, okay, Tony nominated, glamorous life from the outside. You must have the most fabulous sofa for you to relax on after your really difficult job. How long have you been out without a sofa?
Oh, since January.
So, what have you been sitting on since then?
So there's this whole story about Patty Murin in our cast.
Patty Murin of
Patty
Frozen
Murin of
fame.
Frozen fame.
Yes, yes, yes.
Patty stole a yoga mat from one of our rehearsals. We don't know if this is actually true, but we're saying it's true, and
So
it's
Patty
stuck.
Murin, yoga thief, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, yes, and
right?
there's been a whole sort of like social media back and forth with Patty,
Okay.
who also participated in this with like a really cool video of her with all these yoga mats that she's stolen from all the shows.
Oh, great.
So I received in the mail a yoga mat that said, "Love Patty" on it. My sofa has been a yoga mat. Okay, a dramatic fall.
Oh, it's super comfortable.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, I love it.
We can look at squatches. Squatches.
Squatches. You heard it here first.
Or
It's a squatch.
swatches.
Yeah.
I like this one though.
I feel like my couches have always been versions of these.
Same, I'm very that. Yep.
Which is why I need to
No, we're gonna amp up the color.
change it up.
Yeah.
This is a great color. I would rather it be a bit deeper. I like this.
Is it good?
That's like
together?
a color palette for me.
Nice. Okay, so what do you think? What did we learn today?
So we have some contenders.
Okay, we got some
definitely.
contenders.
I will definitely be coming back.
You know, my only thing is, I really want to make sure we've tried every sofa in this place.
Okay.
Mostly because I smell a montage coming.
No.
You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
This is our 60-second sandwich, Elle Morgan Lee. I'm gonna put 60 seconds on the clock, answer as many questions as you can in time given.
Okay.
Sound good?
Let's go.
You ready? Go. What's your favorite candy?
Snickers.
You love it. The Raconteur, what is your biggest piece of wisdom that your journey with Luke has taught you? P.S. You're freaking amazing. That's a nice
Oh,
compliment.
thank you. Biggest thing is to be honest. No matter if it's complicated, just be honest.
Honesty. What's the worst job you ever had?
The worst job was folding clothes at Gap.
Ooh, that sounds
1 month.
like an experience. Weirdest thing a fan has ever said to you?
Where do you live?
That is kind of awkward. Nico Raymond, what's your favorite melody in the show?
My favorite melody in the show, not that one.
It's a nice one.
In my song, the dun 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 dun, just sort of over and over again.
Love it. Favorite non-theater hobby?
Photography.
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
I listen to 6.
Yes, love that. Time's up. Way to go. That was amazing.
Oh, there was a ding.
Shall
that was in my
we?
bag. Yes.
You might have to check your phone.
So what's it like seeing it from this perspective?
This is weird.
It's different.
And there's that part of me that's like, will I feel it the same tonight after having sat out here now?
What of El Morgan Lee is in your character in this show? Can you relate to the character you play?
Interesting. The one that I relate to the most out of all of them is my bass character. So not specifically when I'm taking on a whole lot extra, but just the base thought that you see like in the opening and sort of throughout the show, who is the supervisor of sexual ambivalence. It is me just sort of bumped up a couple notches and made to be a little bit more leaning into her sensuality.
First time I fell in love with you, before I got to know you a little bit better, was that iconic El Morgan Lee Chennai off stage in the beginning of the show. Could you teach me that?
God.
do you think?
Yes. This is a supervisor of sexual ambivalence moment.
Okay.
She's letting him know that she's guarding his body and his mind so that nothing will be allowed in unless he gives the word. And so it is word, turn, and then off.
Word, turn, and off.
I mean, yours is a whole lot more graceful than mine is.
No way, not possible. That was amazing.
This is my lovely hair that's about to go onto my head. And there's a camera walking by. There's a camera about to walk by. I'm not sure comfortable.
You're good, you're good. It's so nice to see you. You're amazing in the show. So cozy.
This is my room.
Fantastic. So do you guys all have matching robes?
We
The whole cast?
Yeah, so there was a moment in the show where they were looking at the mom's robe being sort of these variations of animal print, and they decided not to use it, and so they were like, well, everybody just take the robes and you can have them in your dressing rooms. My birthday was recently. My mom sent me these balloons, which she was very excited about.
Very sweet.
And I love them. So everyone, I think I need to get to my show prep before you tear my dressing room apart.
Apart completely.
So you all have to go.
I could just stay be your cheerleader.
No, I think you should go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's time.
It's been amazing
Get
spending
out.
time
Yeah,
together.
Yeah, it's time for me to do the strange loop. Bye.
El Morgan Lee.